Hey, John Dow, the conversation coach. And what is conversation coaching? Well, sometimes that means helping you out with your English speaking. And today we're going to do a twofer. We're going to tackle how do you say, plus what does this mean? Because I learned something new. And if I learned something, I got to pass that on. Let's jump right into it. Let's talk. So I was going through my backlog finally, catching up on some games that I just haven't played to completion for whatever reason. And one of these games was Legend of Heroes Trails of Cold Steel. And I screen capped this because they use this word prerogative. And because of my pronunciation, prerogative, I always thought it was P-E-R. But it turns out the word is P-R-E. Now, it might be a little bit hard to read this text, so I'll try to do a voiceover for this count. But be that as it may, it is my prerogative, and now that the deed is done, I have no reason to remain here any longer. Nailed it. The context is he's a noble, he's being kind of snooty, and I always thought that prerogative meant, like, that's just how the way I behave. But it turns out that a prerogative is this idea of your right, your privilege. And it totally makes sense in this context of dealing with nobles, class differences. That's my cat. He says, hey. But again, I was surprised because I always pronounced it prerogative. And it turns out that that seems to be a difference between American English and British English. So if you consult some of the British pronunciation videos, they do have a prerogative. To me, I still don't think I'm saying it just quite right because I've always said prerogative, prerogative, but they say prerogative. Very, very subtle difference. It's not going to be a game changer, a big deal breaker. You might get some crap from some people who, if they pronounce it prerogative, it's like, oh, you say prerogative, but don't worry about that too much, especially if you're a non-native English speaker. But if you want some extra practice, like for me from pop culture, I know the word from Bobby Brown's song, My Prerogative, and it has a pretty sick bass line. I recommend you check that out if you never heard the song before. And apparently Britney Spears also has a version, which is not too good, but hey, if you like Britney Spears and some TNA right there, sure, why not? Go for it. But that's going to be it for today. If you have any questions, comments, disagreements, you let me know. Give this video a thumbs up. If you have any requests for future content that I should cover, tweet me at COMMDAO. And by the way, cool shirt by Paul Simic. Check out his art. Link in the description below. Calm down. Let's talk some more.